Prattville YMCA, Spiller Furniture, D&J Auto Plus, Steak and Shake, and by U.S. Farm Raised Catfish. Now, to Los Mayas Restaurant with your host, Chris Britton.
Well, welcome, Prattville Lion fans, to week number 3 of the Coach Caleb Ross Show. We're coming to you live from the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center in Prattville at Los Mayas Restaurant. If you're anywhere near, we want to invite you to come by and make plans to eat dinner with us tonight. We'd love to have you. Man, it's been two exciting first weeks of the season. A lot of excitement around Prattville with 2 wins, and they've been so nice to us. They're going to give us a week off this Friday for good behavior, so there's no ball game tomorrow night. But I'm joined tonight by Coach Caleb Ross. Coach, how's your week been?
It's been a good week. You know, we Labor Day was Monday, and we took the day off. Normally, if we had a game Friday night, we would practice and do something probably Monday morning and then get the kids out of there by 10:30, 11. You want them to enjoy their time too. But it worked out where our off week fell the same week of Labor Day, so we took Monday off, which was good. I mean, players, coaches, man, kind of everybody. We've been grinding pretty hard. I know I have since we've been here. And
oh, sure.
Coaches have too. So it was good to kind of catch your breath, even though we still work, you know, off and on the weekend, watch a little football. It was good.
Yeah.
But, you know, we had 3 good work days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Probably finished up with our best day of practice today. So.
That's good to hear, man. That's exciting. Well, fans, if you were out there last Friday, we were in Millbrook at Stanhope Elmore High School, and the weather was not very cooperative. We got off to a late start, sloppy ball game weather-wise. Coach, what did you see? Take us through. Actually, let's go piece by piece of the night. Obviously, it's a big game. You don't have to get the kids up for it, but you were faced with an extra challenge when you're ready to go at 7 and they say, we're not going to go.
Yeah, I mean, it was unique. Me as a head coach, I don't think I've ever been in that environment. I've never had one being a coach where the start was delayed. Now, we had a delay in the middle of a game one time as assistant, but you're exactly right. It's a big rivalry game. So the kids, there's build-ups. They're a pretty good football team. We were 1-0, so there's build-up, and then you get the kids all the way up there to about 6:52. You're about 8 minutes before kickoff.
Yeah.
I mean, you're about to the point where you're about to say the prayer in the locker room, and we're about to go out on the field, bust to the paper, and go in. And, Coach, lightning delay. So you got these kids built up. Then we're going to
hurry up and wait.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then it was another. Then you get the word, hey, Coach, we're going to try to play maybe at 7:30. So about the point that you're about to whistle them up and get them going again, another lightning delay.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So that was unique. And then probably worst-case scenario for us, at least from an offensive standpoint, man, it monsooned. You know what I mean? It stormed, and the field was a soaking mess. And then I think somewhere about the end of the second quarter, it started raining again. And it didn't really stop the rest of the game. So, and we thought, a pretty good game plan to throw the ball around a pretty good bit. And, you know, by the end of that second quarter, that football was like a brick out there, you know what I mean? And we had 2 or 3 drops, so it was like at this point, man, we got to find a way to grind it out and win. And really proud of our kids, and probably a very unique environment. And one thing, too, and, you know, we played on a grass field, and it didn't appear the grass had been cut in a couple of weeks. It was pretty thick, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that was, you know, I mean, it is what it is. So, but, you know, like I tell our kids all the time, we got to play through adversity. Things are not going to go our way. We're going to have a bad environment. We got to be able to handle that and stay focused and still execute. And even though we were sloppy and we did a lot of things wrong that we got to go correct, but we did enough stuff right to find a way to win the football game.
That's right. That's the exciting part there. Take us through first possession for Stanhope Elmore. It was 3 and out, and then the first time your offense touches the ball, it was about 45 yards and 6 points on the board.
It was one of the few times when you draw off that first play, and I think a lot of people draw off that first play and say, this is going to be it's going to be a touchdown right here. Very rarely does it happen that way, but it was one of those few times that we thought we could get them coming down on motion pretty hard, and we were able to get behind the safety just enough where, you know, Trey made a good ball, laid it out there, and really had either or. Malik had a little more separation on his guy, just by the nature of the play. The backside safety rolled over, and even Taylor had a little bit of separation on his guy, but it just worked out where Malik was able to run up under it and score. And here we go. We're up 6-0. We don't get the extra point, but I'm thinking, man, this is going to be a good night for the Lions. And then, man, that weather, that field, everything else sat in, and, you know, then it was a battle after that.
It was, and like you said, the guys battled hard, and I love that. That's one of the aspects of the night that and you and I have talked a little bit. It's not just about football, which, yes, it's about winning games, but it's also about impacting young men's lives. And you said a mouthful just a minute ago about how you get sometimes it's tough in a game and you got to find a way to win. Well, it's funny how life's just like that. Do you see some parallels that you're able to teach those guys there?
And that's it. And that's what hopefully, and we've talked about this before. And man, we're a work in progress every day. I mean, just constantly teaching, and we're not perfect. I mean, and we've said that, but it's every day understanding through the game of football. You can learn so much about yourself.
Yeah.
And you just are that. And because you're right, at some point, man, they get older, they're going to have some adversity go on. Maybe it's something they wanted with a job or some type of relationship, and it didn't go their way. But you got to find a way to get the job done, and you got to make it happen. And it ain't always going to be. It's never going to be exactly how you thought it was going to be. And that's the point there, that we found a way to come through and be successful in really a bad environment. That's what I'm proud of. I mean, we're sitting here, we're 2-0. When we very easily, I think, could have went the other way the other night.
Sure.
And here's the deal. We've talked about this. We talked about enough going into the game. That's a tough place to play, man.
Yes.
And they've got a good football team.
Yes,
I'm going to take anything away from Stanhope, man. They've got a good football team. You're looking at a team, in my opinion, man, they're going to win a lot of games, and they're going to challenge for that region this year. So very physical defensive line. Very, man, I thought their box was really good. Quarterback, man, he's a dynamic kid. I know he got hurt there in the third quarter, but he's a dynamic athlete, man.
Yeah.
He's a guy, he gets a step or two, man, he can make it happen. And then the coach's son, the wide receiver, I think he had 6 or 7 tough catches, man.
Had a
That kid's
great
a really
night.
good
He
football
did.
player. And so, man, they got a good football team. That's a tough place to play. You throw everything into the mix, man, to find a way to win. Very proud of our boys.
Yeah, I was very proud for, like you said, for the fellas and for the coaching staff as well. I think y'all all represented Prattville so well. Speaking of Prattville represented itself well. There was a nice, yes, it was an away game, but it felt like there was a home crowd there with you.
It did, man. How about that student section, man? They sat in there, man. Somebody
never
told me
left.
they never left. They never left the
No,
stands. I was
nope.
like, man, how about that? That's what, man. That's what you talking about. Really getting the guys excited when you know that your student section is staying there, and they're going to be through it all. Man, how fantastic is that, man? What a boost that you go out there after an hour delay of sitting in the locker room. And you look up and your student section is soaking wet, and they're cheering you on, and they're just as loud as they were 10 minutes before kickoff. Man, that is outstanding.
Yeah, they didn't check up a bit, man. It was funny to watch them. And again, that's exciting. I think the community and the fan base are so excited. We're liable to have a couple of thousand people show up at Stanley Jensen, the stadium this weekend, even though there's no game.
The community is buzzing right now, and it's good, man. And we're getting a lot of good praise, and I'm glad to see our boys get that. I mean, right, like we said, this football hadn't been as good as what people had wanted around here for the last couple of years. So to see our boys enjoy some success is really good. Now we got to understand, we got to keep it perspective that, hey, this season's early, and man, we're 2-0, and I'm glad for it. But we have a lot to improve on, and we're really about to go get into the meat of our schedule coming up. So.
Well, it's a very talented region that
That's
you're
right.
going to have to face off with. So 1 week at a time. You're exactly right. A lot of wisdom there. Well, Coach, give us just a couple more minutes before we have to go to another break. We talked about the first play of the game. We talked about through the middle. It was just kind of a knockdown, drag out, grinding it, punting, field position battle. And then down the end, some breaks went our way and had a big field goal kick with not too much time left on the
That's
clock.
right.
Kind of take us through that fourth quarter and your mindset and part of the game.
And one thing I'll say before, we talk about offense, and I'm an offensive guy, so sometimes, man, they get more of the talk. What a night for our defense. Man, outstanding. I thought we played up on our D-line as good as anybody. Man, you got Rodney Thompson had an outstanding night. Man, Jason McKeithen had an outstanding night. I think Jason had 2 or 3 tackles in the backfield. Man, he controlled the line of scrimmage. Will McQuiston played, had a good night. And then I know at linebacker position, Jake Howard had 19 tackles, man.
I saw he was up for Player of the Week for the state.
That is something phenomenal, 19 tackles. And I know we gave up a few throws, but in the end we made a lot of plays too. I think we had a couple interceptions, had a couple turnovers. Outstanding night by our defense, and they were put in some bad situations where Stanhope had the ball deep in our territory, either through a turnover or whatever, and, man, our defense found a way to stop them. So great night by our defense. And then here's what I'm proud that when we got the ball back right there at the end, we knew trying to throw the football we were going to be very limited. Unless you could throw a vertical go ball, man, timing routes or cutting on that grass and that wet field and that ball being so heavy, those things are just sometimes it's hard to understand as a fan, but as a player and as a coach, you get it, man. I think that's just hard. It's going to be hard to throw it around the yard. So we knew we was going to run the football, and, man, we found a way. Jaden Kidd has a nice 25, 30-yard run to set us up.
Strong.
We get the ball another 5 or 6 yards, get in field goal range, and then Tylen Perine knocking it through, man. That takes a lot, and I'm really proud of that kid.
I talked to him for just a second yesterday afternoon, and he said, I've never been so happy to see a false start as that first go-round.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of fitting for the night at that point. You know what I mean? Seriously, we'd had so many things go wrong, and you're thinking, man, we just got to find a way to survive this and get a chance to win it. And just know that, and that may be something where maybe I've grown, hopefully, as a coach, is that maybe our first year or two as a head coach, you almost want to panic in that situation. You don't panic there. Hey, we got to ride this out. You know, either it's going to go negative, but it's also going negative for them, and we got to take the good and find a way to win it. And it don't matter, guys. It don't matter if we win it 2-0, 3-2, 19-16. Let's find a way to be successful.
A W is a W. Well said, Coach. Well, listen, those of you who are joining in with us tonight, we're so thankful to have you. If you're anywhere nearby, we'd invite you to come join us at Los Mayas Restaurant right next to Winn-Dixie here in Prattville, just off of Main Street. If you're listening to us on Dixie Country 100.1, we're glad to have you, and also those of you who are checking us out on the Prattville Alive YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in for the Coach Caleb Ross Show. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
I'm Chip Powell with the Prattville Lions broadcast crew and a longtime customer of Billy Linham's Auto Save Tire and Automotive. Billy is proud to support the Lions quarterback club and all of the radio and live stream broadcasts. But the thing that he is most proud of is having a reputation for saving his customers money on the best brand name tires, automotive accessories, and service. Let Billy and his crew know that you appreciate the support of Prattville High School. Let Auto Save Tire and Automotive take care of your vehicles and save you money. North Memorial Drive in Prattville and locations in Montgomery and Wetumpka. AutoSaveTires.net.
Buffalo Rock is well known for Pepsi and other great soft drink brands. Did you know that Buffalo Rock is one of the River Region's largest full-service caterers? And have you heard about Micro Market? Buffalo Rock is leading the region with innovation to replace conventional vending at many of the larger industrial plants. Plant management loves it, and so do the employees. To find out more about Buffalo Rock Catering and the Micro Market, call Mike Barnett at 334-394-4452. The Buffalo Rock family is proud to support area schools. BuffaloRock.com.
All schools and nonprofits qualify for fundraising fun at Launch Trampoline Park in Prattville. Check out the party packages at launchprattville.com and on Facebook. Dunk like a pro and raise money for your church or school. The ultimate, the extreme, Launch Trampoline. Go to launchprattville.com and find out about toddler time on Wednesday and Saturday, Launch Fitness on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and the biggest blacklight party ever, Launch Ignite, every Friday night. The ultimate, the extreme, Launch Trampoline.
Man, Chip, finally, we got an E-Z-GO dealer.
Man, it's officially true. Prattville has it all.
Yeah, and it's not some just old fly-by-night operation or some dude selling golf carts under a shade tree. It's the real deal. Prattville Outdoors is a family business with 5 decades of service.
Let's go for a test drive.
That's a good idea.
Hey, man, I'm
Come
driving.
on. Why should you drive? I'm the voice, you're the sidekick.
Come see our new E-Z-GOs and all the other great outdoor stuff. Highway 82, west of Highway 14.
You never know who will be tonight's most valuable player, but you could be tomorrow's most valuable picker. That's because you can discover your next bargain at Prattville Pickers. It's the region's largest collection of everything unique. It's a treasure hunter's paradise and a collector's dream come true. Don't scrimmage through rummage. Go to Prattville Pickers for the best selection of everything unique. Cheer loud tonight for the game's most valuable player, and you can be the most valuable picker this weekend at Prattville Pickers on Highway 82 across from the Prattville Country Club.
Hey, I'm Shane Spiller with Spiller Furniture and Mattress. We're a proud supporter of Prattville Lions football and glad to be part of the broadcast. We're located right in downtown Prattville, been here for 35 years. Right here in downtown Prattville, we have 12,000 square feet of great merchandise to help you be comfortable at the big game. Right here at Spiller Furniture and Mattress, we specialize in big selection, friendly service, and credit. So come see us in downtown Prattville at Spiller Furniture and Mattress, where we're proud to support Prattville Lions football. Go Lions!
ball game. Had a lot of players show up big last Friday and have fantastic performances. One important player was selected as the Pepsi Buffalo Rock Player of the Week. I've got with me Kip Williams from Buffalo Rock here to present that tonight. How you doing, Kip?
Good, Chris. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. Did you brave the storm last week and come out to the game?
Partially.
You were drier because of it, man. I'm going to tell you right now. Well, tell us who was selected as this week's Player of the Week.
Tylen Perine. I hope I said that right.
You nailed it, man.
Right? Okay, good job. Congratulations on a great last kick. I did see that. And the others as well.
Yeah.
Good job.
It was definitely a team effort.
Good luck on keep it going. There's been a lot of good kickers come through Prattville. You're just adding to that long list. Congratulations.
Fantastic. And then also, not only you got a plaque, but lunch here in Prattville gives you a 1 hour pass. They say congratulations, and then an MVP treatment from Sports Clips. So you may have to fight your brother for that. He's got more hair than you. I don't know.
Thank you.
It might be a battle on the home front over that one. Well, Tylen, congratulations on the award for last week. Congratulations on the victory. You and we got to visit just a little bit yesterday afternoon, and I love what you had to say about the game. You know, take us through. You know, you had was it an extra point or was it a field goal that actually, I mean, we're not supposed to talk about the negatives, right? But you missed one early on. What was your thought process coming back from that?
Once I missed, it was a field goal, and I missed it, and I kind of got down on myself, so I went back. Halftime, we were tied 6-6. Gave myself a little pep talk. I was like, I got to perform my job, do my duty.
Yeah.
And so I came back in half. We had a field goal. I think it was end of the third, beginning of the fourth. Kind of got me back into it. The punt at the end of the third quarter got me back into it. So I got back in my rhythm and my mentality. I started doing better. I
got you. Take us through that. I mean, I believe it was about 6.9 seconds, if memory serves, that were left in the ball game. You lined up for about how far out were you? About 20?
28,
was it 28 yarder? Okay.
Yes,
and the first go round, somebody moved up front, didn't they?
Yes, sir. And the snap was kind of low, and my holder got it, and he tried to. We tried to make the most out of it.
Sure.
And the referees blew it, and we got another chance.
Yeah, so I got a good chuckle. You told me yesterday you've never been so happy to see a false start in all your life.
Sir. Yes, sir.
that was a very good thing. So you got to retry, a do-over, so to speak. So what's going through your mind is, because already you had a false start. You're thinking, oh, great, I've already got a decent length field goal to kick. Now they're backing me up even five more yards. What's going through your mind at that point?
Well, I mean, I still kept my head clear. I was like, at the end of the day, I got to make the kick. So it was just keep my head clear, make the kick. That's all it was.
Yeah, and I was watching you. Your reaction was you kicked it and you just came off the field like, I just did my job. That was all it was.
That's what he coaches us to do. I mean, we all have a certain job we got to do, and that's what we need to do when our number's called.
Well said. Now, we've talked already tonight at great length about your field goal kicking ability. Let's make sure the fan base realizes you're quite a way above average punter as well. Tell us about, I haven't known a whole lot of guys that do both. How'd you get into doing both? Is it by necessity or just something you enjoy?
Well, I do like all three. I honestly like punt more than all three. So I focus more on punt.
Okay.
But before we had other kids move in, I was the only one here, and so I had to pick up all three. And so it's just learn all three, and I do all three.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job. I've had a few friends. Who's that punter? My goodness, he boomed that one. That was, it was up in the air for like 10 minutes or something. Yeah, so great job.
Thank you.
Well, all right, so we talked about football. Let's get to know Tylen Perine off the field just a little bit, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, remember, your mom and dad are here watching, so be careful with your answers, okay? Not to put any pressure on you. So outside of football, what's Tylen Perine's favorite thing to do? I mean, are you fishing? Are you hunting? Are you listening? I mean, what are you doing?
Sleeping. Football takes up a lot of time, so if it's not football, I try to work throughout the week on days we don't have football. And then other days, sleep.
I hear you.
Yes,
yeah. Okay. Now, in school, I know every class is equally your favorite, but if you had to pick one that rises above the rest, what subject do you enjoy? What's number one for you?
Math.
Hey, another math guy. I got you. All right.
Math.
So who's your favorite math teacher you ever had? And remember, they might be listening. putting you on the spot. I have people texting me right now saying it better be me. So, no, I'm kidding.
I like Miss Haddon.
Okay.
This year I have Mr. Barrett. He's pretty funny.
Okay.
So I do enjoy his class.
Fantastic. And remind us, what year are you, by the way?
2019.
So that you're graduating
next year.
Yeah. So. Okay. All right. Cool. Fantastic. And then, like on your iPhone guy or Droid guy? iPhone. Okay. So on your iPhone Music, Apple Music, who's the artist that's on? Like most repeated, you listen to?
I usually don't listen to music before the game. I try to like I said, kicking's a mental game, so I try to build up my mind before the game. So
okay.
I don't really listen to that much music.
Good deal. Now, how'd you get into kicking in the first place? Is soccer in your past, or?
Well, yes, sir. It is. I've been playing soccer for 13 years now.
Okay.
And back in 9th grade, I made the high school soccer team in 8th grade, and then I made it in 9th grade. And the football coaches used to be our bus drivers for away games on soccer games. And to this day, it's still kind of debated who got me first, Coach Pinkston or Coach Brown.
Okay.
But I remember we played a game in Birmingham, and they was like, have you ever thought about kicking? Uh-huh. And they asked me back in junior high. I never went out. But then it kept coming back up. And so I was like, I'll try it. And then I just stuck with it.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
And now, I don't know what we can talk. I guess it's okay to talk about on the air. I saw a picture of you on a visit somewhere the other day. Are you?
I went to Troy, yes, sir.
Okay. Where's their football coach from, by the way? Kentucky. Okay. Just helping you make sure you knew that. It might help you out down the road. Go Big Blue. We're trying to break a 31-year drought,
yes,
this weekend, but whatever. So you got into kicking. That somebody pushing you to do it, and it might help you go to college now, huh?
Yes, sir, it might. I'm hoping so.
That's exciting,
yes,
man.
Sir.
That's exciting. Well, good deal. Anything else you want to give to our listeners tonight before you sign off?
Well, I appreciate the support that y'all are giving the Prattville football team, and I hope y'all keep it up.
All right, fantastic. Well, congratulations, Tylen. Great performance. Not just this week, man. You've been doing the job for a while, so good job, man. Proud of you. Just keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Folks, you can't, if you're not here, you can't see him. If you're watching on YouTube, you can. But this is a young man. It's not just a kid that showed up. He's a mature fella, and I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Been enjoying geting to know you. Kip, thank you for all you guys do. Anything else from Buffalo Rock tonight?
Oh, just, again, we're glad to be a part of it. We always like to push our Pepsi products.
Yeah.
Another thing, a lot of people don't realize is our catering department. We have a pretty full-fledged catering department. We can handle just about anything.
I like food, and I've had y'all's before, and it's good.
Yeah, we even feed these guys every Friday, so we can handle that. We can handle most groups.
So do the pregame meal each week?
We do.
Well, and I'm assuming y'all. Well, doesn't matter whether you donate or not. Thank you for providing it either way. That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Any parting words for us?
No, just let's.
So what are you saying this weekend? Are you chanting War Eagle or Roll Tide?
I'm always Alabama fan.
There you go. There you go. Good deal. Well, fans, we're going to step away and go to another break. Thank you for joining us if you're listening on Dixie Country 100.1. Also, those of you joining us on the Prattville Live YouTube channel, you're listening to the Coach Caleb Ross Show. We'll be back in just a minute.
This is the brand new, totally redesigned 2019 Ram 1500. Beautiful new truck, rides like a dream. I have Laramies, I have Bighorns, I have Limiteds. Most have the Hemi V8s, 395 horsepower. Super nice vehicles. Come see Bobby Lowe here at Brubaker Prattville.
Hey folks, Britt Stevens, General Manager. It's always a better buy at Brubaker. Come see us today or visit us online at BrubakerPrattville.com.
I'm Chip Powell with the Prattville Lions broadcast crew and a longtime customer of Billy Linham's Auto Save Tire and Automotive. Billy is proud to support the Lions Quarterback Club and all of the radio and live stream broadcasts. But the thing that he is most proud of is having a reputation for saving his customers money on the best brand name tires, automotive accessories, and service. Let Billy and his crew know that you appreciate the support of Prattville High School. Let Auto Save Tire and Automotive take care of your vehicles and save you money. North Memorial Drive in Prattville and locations in Montgomery and Wetumpka. AutoSaveTire.net.
Don't throw away your money, especially on replacement auto parts. In most cases, aftermarket parts are just as good and a heck of a lot cheaper than factory parts. D&J Auto Parts in Prattville is all hooked up with Auto Plus, a nationwide leader in the automotive aftermarket. Don't you dare go to another parts store before checking the great prices at D&J Auto Plus, 175 Highway 82 Bypass in Prattville.
In 1934, Steak and Shake decided the world didn't need another hamburger. It needed a steak burger, so they used 100% beef. Quick seared to seal in the flavor you'll only get from a steak burger. Steak and Shake, home of the original steak burger.
New at Steak and Shake, 24 meals under $4. With handcrafted steak burgers, all beef steak franks, and fresh guacamole made from scratch. Get 24 meals for under $4. New at Steak and Shake.
Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish. Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish.
I only use U.S. farm-raised catfish.
We've been selling U.S. farm-raised catfish since 1978.
They do have a choice for a good, wholesome, safe fish. We know it's a good product.
Ask for U.S. farm-raised catfish, only the finest, freshest, tastiest. You can taste the difference.
From our farm to your table, your family deserves the best. U.S. farm-raised catfish.
Man, Chip, finally, we got an E-Z-GO dealer.
Man, it's officially true. Prattville has it all.
Yeah, and it's not some just old fly-by-night operation or some dude selling golf carts under a shade tree. It's the real deal. Prattville Outdoors is a family business with 5 decades of service.
Let's go for a test drive.
That's a good idea.
Hey, man, I'm driving.
Why should you drive? I'm the voice. You're the sidekick.
Come see our new E-Z-GOs and all the other great outdoor stuff. Highway 82, west of Highway 14.
Live from the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center in Prattville at Los Mayas Restaurant. So if you're anywhere near, we want to invite you to come on by. We're near downtown Prattville, so we'd invite you on out. We'd love to have you. Coach Caleb Ross joins me again for this segment. Coach, we had and you had many great performances out of your young men this past weekend, but we were able to highlight, reward Tylen Perine with the Buffalo Rock Pepsi Player of the Week. Speak a little bit about him as a young man and maybe even about his performance Friday.
Sure, you said it best a while ago. When you're around Tylen, you're not talking to a kid. You're talking to a young man. And, man, that was the first time I've ever met him. I was just blown away, just very impressed of just who he is as a human being. I mean, you're talking about a kid that's obviously got a high GPA, carries himself well. I like the way he presents himself. It doesn't matter what Tylen Perine's going to do. He's going to be successful.
Yeah.
And, man, that's just a credit to him, credit the way he was raised. Just a very good young man. And, like I said, no matter what, he's going to be a good, do well in life. Now, from his ability, I remember I was here this spring. We'd probably been the second day or third day. I can't remember exactly with the first time. And I'd heard how good he was, but I'd never seen him. And, man, he hits one. And first of all, it's one of those things, I heard it, but I ain't had a chance to see it. And I heard it, and I was like, he punted the football. And I remember seeing it, and I was like, that's what they look like on Sundays.
Yeah.
Not on Saturdays. That's what it looks like on Sundays.
Yeah.
And I've only had the opportunity to be around 1 or 2 guys. I played college football, and we had guys that couldn't hit it like him. Now, and me and Tylen have talked, man, if he can ever figure out how to get consistent, when he's hitting it like that, he's got a chance to do this for a long time.
That's
so
cool.
Definitely get his education paid for, hopefully, and who knows? Who knows what God's got in store for him? So, and like the other night, man, everybody says, 29-yard field goal. Game on the line. The snap before was all over the place.
The conditions are less than favorable.
The field is 8 inches high. You can't even probably see the tee or whatever, you know what I mean? And to find a way to sit in there and make that game-winning kick, man, outstanding. And I remember we were sitting there, and we had a little delay. I can't remember. I think Tylen kind of looked over at me, and I said, man, you all right, dude. I mean, I'm one of those things, don't want anybody run up to him. Don't get up there and talk to him, man. Just leave him alone.
Let him
He's
do his
fine.
job.
Just make him, relax him. He's going to be fine, man. He's built for this, and he did. He knocked it through. So.
Yeah. Winners win.
That's
right?
it, man.
That's what they do. And he showed up and made the play when he needed to, and that was fantastic. So, obviously, Coach, as we're tomorrow night there's no game for Prattville High School. Got a week off. What does the week off look like?
Well, to me, and I think a lot of coaches do it different. That's one of the things as coaching staffs, we kind of all, man, in the all season, I've got buddies that coach here at different places, and we kind of ask that, man, hey, what do y'all do during your off week? Because there's different ways to play it. To me, I always like to get 3 good days in. We either way, even if we would have had school on Monday, we would not have went out and practiced. We just wouldn't have. We'd have probably sat there and watched film, really went through it, and then get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and really kind of taper off. Like today, we didn't go as long. We only went about an hour and a half on the field. But it is 3 work days. And I told the guys, man, we've got to take this opportunity to get better. And like I've said before, we're in a place in our program where every day matters, man. Every day of learning how to compete every day we're learning how to go the right focus on practice, the right focus on getting stronger in the weight room, getting better as an athlete. Man, it's critical. So, we practiced, and I thought we got a lot of good work in. I thought we finished today was our best day of all three, just from an energy, effort standpoint. And I'll say yesterday, man, we took them. We went down to the stadium and practiced, and I think for the first 20 minutes it poured on us. But it was one of those. It wasn't lightning, it wasn't thundering. So hey, and we had to play in rain Friday night, so we need to get used to that environment.
Might have to do it again.
That's right. So we did Friday night. It was really, I was glad that we got some more work in, and we got a lot of good work in this week. And I hope. And I don't know if the kids, sometimes they look at Coach, we practice on our off week. Yeah, we're going to practice on our off week, man. We're going to get some work done. But man, they responded well, and we'll give them tomorrow off. We told them, matter of fact, usually we're there at 7:15 in the morning. I told them they can actually be here at the bell, that they don't have to get here till normal school. Get a chance maybe sleep in another 20, 30 minutes, whatever. Hopefully they'll take advantage of that. And then tomorrow afternoon they can go be a kid. So, and I know it gives us a chance as coaches. We'll go and we'll scout some of our future opponents tomorrow night. So we got about 2 or 3 different locations. We're splitting up as a coaching staff to go kind of check out.
Sure. Well, that's just a natural segue there. You got some tough games coming up. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about your next few weeks of the schedule and what's coming up?
Well, it probably don't get any tougher than our next opponent.
Sure.
We got the Phoenix City Red Devils coming in. Man, what a great program!
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, what Coach Dubose has done there, and obviously everybody in Pratt was familiar with Coach Dubose.
Sure.
And I've worked for him. We got guys on our staff that's worked for him. Outstanding football coach, and man, they're the scary combination of they got really good players and they do a really good job coaching them. So, we know we got our hands full, but you know what, our boys, we're going to be that. We'll be ready for the challenge. Our kids aren't going to back down. They're a good program, but our kids, we do get it at home. We get it to our crowd. It'll be a good night. But bottom line to me, and everybody's going to talk about it. It's kind of like going into the Stanhope game. My job and our coach's job is to keep this environment as normal as possible.
Sure.
Our boys are going to hear it next week of who they're playing. They're going to know. I don't have to sit there and say, you better prepare a little extra hard this week.
Yeah.
No, just go be you.
Yeah.
Go be you, do your job, and that's going to take care of itself. Man, I don't want to put any more pressure on them than they already have about having to perform.
Sure.
So that going into that, then after that, next week, you got another tough region opponent, Enterprise, who's much improved this year, who's also 2-0, just like we are. So, they were very young last year. Well, now they got a lot of guys back that's got experience. So they come to Prattville. That's going to be another tough, another tough opponent. And then you followed up playing Wetumpka, who last year played for the 6A state championship. So, man, we've got and it don't let up. Then you go play, I think, Lee at the bowl after that. Then you got Jeff Davis. We know this is the meat of our schedule, but this is what you want as a high school football player, as a high school football coach. You want these toughened games. You want to. This is what you will remember, is getting ready for these top environments. And, man, we're looking forward to it.
That's great. It's exciting stuff. Got some tough games coming up, so Prattville fans will need you to be out there supporting these fellas. Now, speaking of that, the community, I don't know if I'd use the word rabid, but it's getting pretty close. After a 2-0 start, people are going a little crazy and making projections, I'm sure. How important is it for the community to remain patient as well?
Well, that's the biggest message. Man, we're excited. We're 2-0. And I don't ever want to put I guess you can say, a limit on what we can go accomplish.
Sure.
But we're still in the phases of rebuilding the program, and I know that. But I am excited. And like I said, I don't ever want to sit there and say, well, hey, just pump the brakes. But we do got to be realistic, man. How long can we? We can win them all. But then again, who knows how long? We got to go. There's things that we're trying to change every day, our mindset, and it's a work in progress. The kids are still getting used to me at times, and sometimes, me learning them. So, every day is an opportunity, and that's what I want these kids to understand, that there are no days off. And unfortunately, man, in anything you want to do the rest of your life, man, you got to be focused. And yeah, sure, there are some times you get a chance to relax, and we do those things. But when it comes down to being work, there are no going through the motion type days. And when we can get to the point of the program when we have more good days on stuff like that than bad days, then you really start turning the corner. And we've had a lot of good days. Man, this is kind of that meet and grind where the kids, man, hey, you got to push through this. And it's an open week. How well are we going to go compete every day? Like I said, and like making everybody understand that, hey, this is still a work in progress. We're 2-0. We're proud, but hey, we're going to try to win them all.
Yes.
But we don't know how this thing's going to turn out right now, man. We're bad. Our kids are getting better every day. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and you're not just blowing smoke. I can attest to that. I watch those guys. They're working hard. They're playing hard. They're getting better, and I'm proud for you and for your fellas. Let's get a couple more thoughts, Coach, as we're, how does it look? You get the day off Friday. What does prep for the next game look like coming off of a week off?
Yeah, so like I said, we'll go and we'll scout as a coaching staff tomorrow night. We'll divide up and go to a few different places. Normally after a regular game on Friday, the staff comes in Saturday morning. We'll kind of watch that opponent. Watch our game from the night before. We'll grade it, do our stats, players of the week, all that stuff, and kind of get the guys out of there by 11ish. Well, I'm not making the staff come in Saturday morning. We've kind of already put a lot of that work in. So
okay.
Even though some of us will probably go up there and work either way, we will get back to our normal work routine as a staff. We'll get in there Sunday afternoon. I always want the guys, man, to be able to go to church, man. Take your family to church. Be there. To me, that's always going to be important. I know I want to take my family to church on Sunday morning, so we'll go do that. Then we come in, and then we put in some time. There's a lot. There's things that we have a checklist of things that we hit on all our preparation days of, and we got to make sure this is covered. Obviously the personnel and the schemes and the percentages, and there's so much that goes into it that really the average fan just has no clue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how much? You're talking about breaking down by down and distance and formations and hashes and personnel groups and yard lines of what they're going to do, how they're going to call it, running back alignments. It's overwhelming if you don't ever been into it. What I mean? That's why you kind of chuckle sometimes when people are like, Coach, do you know what you're doing? Do you even know who they are? And all that type of stuff. It's like, man, you have no clue. Anyway,
I know,
but that's
way
part
better
of
than
it.
I want to.
That's part of it, though. But you're still depending on 16, 17, 8-year-old boys to go execute.
Right.
I mean, and like I tell the kids, man, you can go have all that information, and we can still call it wrong sometimes.
Right.
Man, that's part of it. We're going to make mistakes. But then the kids will come in on Monday, and it's our regular routine, a Monday practice, Tuesday practice, Wednesday start pulling back, doing more situational. Really a big situational day on Thursday, and then we don't practice Thursday afternoon. I mean, that's Thursday morning. We don't practice Thursday afternoon, do a study hall, game day on Friday.
There you go. Well, listen, folks, we are glad that you tuned in with us on the Coach Caleb Ross Show. If you're listening to us on Dixie Country 100.1, or if you're joining us on the Prattville Alive YouTube channel, thanks for being here. If you have a chance, well, you've still got time to get by and join us here at Los Mayas Restaurant in Prattville, right next to Winn-Dixie. Thank you for tuning in. Folks, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Rob Smith with Brubaker of Prattville. Come on out today and see the all-new Wrangler JL. It's the most capable Wrangler ever, the most technologically advanced Wrangler ever, and the most aerodynamic Wrangler ever. Whether it's a 2-door, 4-door, Sahara, Sport, or Rubicon, come see us today at Brubaker of Prattville.
Hey folks, Brent Stevens, General Manager. It's always a better buy at Brubaker. Come see us today or visit us online at brubakerofprattville.com.
Buffalo Rock is well known for Pepsi and other great soft drink brands. Did you know that Buffalo Rock is one of the River Region's largest full-service caterers? And have you heard about Micro Market? Buffalo Rock is leading the region with innovation to replace conventional vending at many of the larger industrial plants. Plant management loves it, and so do the employees. To find out more about Buffalo Rock Catering and the Micro Market, call Mike Barnett at 334-394-4452. The Buffalo Rock family is proud to support area schools. BuffaloRock.com. You never know who will be tonight's most valuable player, but you could be tomorrow's most valuable picker. That's because you can discover your next bargain at Prattville Pickers. It's the region's largest collection of everything unique. It's a treasure hunter's paradise and a collector's dream come true. Don't scrimmage through rummage. Go to Prattville Pickers for the best selection of everything unique. Cheer loud tonight for the game's most valuable player, and you can be the most valuable picker this weekend at Prattville Pickers on Highway 82 across from the Prattville Country Club.
All schools and nonprofits qualify for fundraising fun at Launch Trampoline Park in Prattville. Check out the party packages at launchprattville.com and on Facebook. Dunk like a pro and raise money for your church or school. The ultimate, the extreme, Launch Trampoline. Go to launchprattville.com and find out about Toddler Time on Wednesday and Saturday, Launch Fitness on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and the biggest blacklight party ever, Launch Ignite, every Friday night. The ultimate, the extreme, Launch Trampoline.
For over 25 years, Russell Do-It Center has been your local Prattville home shopping center. The most knowledgeable homegrown staff of any building supply store anywhere. Stop by, see Mike Mitchell and all the crew at 2006 Cobbs Ford Road. Call them at 334-365-6100. Get what you need and be on your way. You want Mike and the folks at Russell Do-It Center. They can rent equipment too, from tile saws to tractors. Located on Cobbs Ford Road, right across from Chick-fil-A. It's Russell Do-It Center. Proudly sponsoring Prattville High School football.
Hi, I'm Rob Smith with Brubaker of Prattville.
Come on, Prattville in the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center at Los Mayas Restaurant. If you're anywhere nearby, we'd love to have you come join us in person. The Lion Faithful is beginning to grow just a little bit here at the restaurant tonight, so if you're anywhere close by, we'd love to have you. Also, we want to thank some of our sponsors that help us out: Auto Save Tire and Auto, Brubaker, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buffalo Rock, Pepsi, Lunch, Trampoline, Los Mayas Restaurant, several others that we'll touch on a little bit later. I'm joined now by another part of our coaching staff, a fellow by the name of Granger Shook, a guy that said he'll arm wrestle anybody listening tonight. And you'll be in big trouble. Now, Coach Shook, welcome to the Coach Caleb Ross Show. How you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing well. I didn't know you were a comedian.
Well, you know, you got to do whatever you can, right?
Yes.
So, listen, you man of many hats, but one of the major roles that you play with this team is strength and conditioning coach. Tell us a little bit about the program, maybe your experience. Just kind of introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, thank you. Yes, sir. I help Coach Ross head up the strength and conditioning here at Prattville High School and going on my third season here. And I believe that the kids our team has really bought into what we're trying to instill in these guys in the weight room. You know, the weight room's something that you do year-round. It's not just 4 months.
No off-season.
No, it's not just 4 months out of the year. It's not 5. It's 12 months out of the year that these young men are in there stressing their bodies and really pushing their bodies past what they think they can do sometimes. And it's not easy. And but we have this entire staff. It's not just myself. Coach Ross and the entire staff have been in there and really pushing these young men, and I believe that they're starting they're continuing to see results, and so that always helps.
Yeah, fantastic. Now you're a fairly local guy, right?
Yes. I'm born and raised in Montgomery. Played for Coach Ragsdale at Trinity, and then went to Huntington College and played for Coach Turk, and also after I graduated from there, I coached about a year at high school in Montgomery, and then got on the staff at Huntington, and I coached there for about 5 years. And I felt the Lord calling me to come back and coach high school. I felt like young people can be reached more so, at a younger age. And so I expressed that to Coach Turk and a couple other buddies of mine, and then I got on with Coach Probst down in South Georgia and coached there for a couple years. And my wife and I had started a family of our own, and have a great support system here in the area, and came back closer to home, and that's something that's really near and dear to me and her. And when we had the opportunity to come to Prattville, we were excited. And so going on my third year here at Prattville.
Fantastic. Now, position-wise, I believe you work with the defensive backfield with safeties, right?
Yes, I sure do.
Tell us a little bit about your work with them. Is that the same work every week, or do you vary what you work on depending on the type of style team you have coming up? Tell us a little bit about that.
We are so early in the season. We are still working on us.
I got you.
And we're trying to fine-tune ourselves and trying to fix and do the little things, because it's not the same thought process and the same mindset that we do in the weight room. We try to take on the field, and that is, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And how we do things right now, we're still trying to fine tune and try to correct. But I think our guys are making progress every day. I told them today that I thought we have improved drastically from day one to now. You know, we have some guys that are stepping up in the back end. I know Trey Thompson had a big interception last week on a crucial down, and we had some guys flying around in the back end. And you know, we'll be trying to put the right pieces of the puzzle in place for this coming up week, and I'm excited to see how the guys respond.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, and you kind of already said it, but speak to the idea. You're not just trying to develop football players. It sounds like your heart is develop young men who are football players.
That's right.
Speak to that a little bit. And maybe even, I don't know if you'd call it calling, possibly.
Well, it is, and you know, there's a lot of old sayings that speak true, but you know, these young men have really bought in to what Coach Ross and the staff is trying to do, I believe. And you know, it's life's about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if these young men don't really believe in you, if they don't really believe that you care about them, then they aren't going to play hard for you, and you're not going to be able to push them as hard as you would otherwise. So life's about relationships and building relationships and forming those, and it's not just with the players, it's with the parents, it's with the brothers and sisters, it's a whole community effort, and I'm excited as to where everybody's going with it.
Yeah. Now I want to carry it back to a personal realm for you just a minute.
Yes.
New addition to the family, right?
Yes. Clara Ellis, she is right at 7 weeks. 7 weeks old this week. So a lot of long nights, not only with Coach Ross and the staff, but there's been some long nights at the house as well.
Sure.
So but it's fun. That is to be expected. It's our third one, so it's not the first time around the block for us.
But first little girl, though, if I'm not mistaken.
First girl, yes.
Now, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, you can see Coach Shook is
I'm starting to sweat now. Yes,
he's not small.
Yeah.
But I think she's got him wrapped around that pinky finger. I'm pretty confident.
Yes.
Well,
So
fantastic.
she does.
Fantastic. What else does the community need to know about who Coach Granger Shook is?
Ooh, that's
wide
a
open,
tough one.
right?
It is. Well,
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I just, the community to know that, the Coach Shook has come here to try to impress upon these young men hard work, and not only hard work, but a sense of urgency that that Coach Ross, is trying to put forth. And I really think that it's not something like Coach just talked about. It's got to be consistent. It can't be hit or miss. These young men got enough away from football, got enough of highs and lows, and got enough inconsistency in their life where we, as a football staff, try to be the most consistent thing in their life. Not only just for football, that's second, but just to be a support system for them, so they can always have a relationship with us, not only as a Prattville Lion, but as they graduate and start families of their own.
Fantastic. Well, Coach, thank you for joining us tonight and giving us a little insight into the strength and conditioning program and also what you do position-wise. Right before we go to break, I want to thank some more of our sponsors: Prattville Outdoors, Prattville Pickers, the YMCA of Prattville, Spiller Furniture, D&J Auto Plus, Steak and Shake, and also U.S. Farm-Raised Catfish. Now, those of you who are joining us through Dixie Country 100.1, thanks for listening tonight. Also, if you're tuning in to the Prattville Alive YouTube channel, thanks for being here as well. You're listening to the Coach Caleb Ross Show. We'll be back in just a few moments.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm Chip Powell with the Prattville Lions broadcast crew and a longtime customer of Billy Linham's Auto Save Tire and Automotive. Billy is proud to support the Lions Quarterback Club and all of the radio and live stream broadcasts. But the thing that he is most proud of is having a reputation for saving his customers money on the best brand name tires, automotive accessories, and service. Let Billy and his crew know that you appreciate the support of Prattville High School. Let Auto Save Tire and Automotive take care of your vehicles and save you money. North Memorial Drive in Prattville and locations in Montgomery and Wetumpka. AutoSaveTires.net.
Hey, I'm Shane Spiller with Spiller Furniture and Mattress. We're a proud supporter of Prattville Lions football and glad to be part of the broadcast. We're located right in downtown Prattville, been here for 35 years. Right here in downtown Prattville, we have 12,000 square feet of great merchandise to help you be comfortable at the big game. Right here at Spiller Furniture and Mattress, we specialize in big selection, friendly service, and credit, credit, credit. So come see us in downtown Prattville at Spiller Furniture and Mattress, where we're proud to support Prattville Lions football. Go Lions!
I could have built a drugstore anywhere in Montgomery, but it was this neighborhood that needed it. When I moved here, it was thriving. I want to see it that way again. Riverbank made borrowing the money easy when other banks didn't. It's nice when people care enough to make sure you have what you need. That's how I treat my customers, and that's how the folks at Riverbank treat me.
Man, Chip, finally, we got an E-Z-GO dealer.
Man, it's officially true. Prattville has it all.
Yeah, and it's not some just old fly-by-night operation or some dude selling golf carts under a shade tree. It's the real deal. Prattville Outdoors is a family business with 5 decades of service.
Let's go for a test drive.
That's a good idea.
Hey, man, I'm driving.
Why should you drive? I'm the voice, you're the sidekick.
Come see our new E-Z-GOs and all the other great outdoor stuff. Highway 82, west of Highway 14.
Don't throw away your money, especially on replacement auto parts. In most cases, aftermarket parts are just as good and a heck of a lot cheaper than factory parts. D&J Auto Parts in Prattville is all hooked up with Auto Plus, a nationwide leader in the automotive aftermarket. Don't you dare go to another parts store before checking the great prices at D&J Auto Plus, 175 Highway 82 Bypass in Prattville. You never know who will be tonight's most valuable player, but you could be tomorrow's most valuable picker. That's because you can discover your next bargain at Prattville Pickers. It's the region's largest collection of everything unique. It's a treasure hunter's paradise and a collector's dream come true. Don't scrimmage through rummage. Go to Prattville Pickers for the best selection of everything unique. Cheer loud tonight for the game's most valuable player. And you can be the most valuable picker this weekend at Prattville Pickers on Highway 82 across from the Prattville Country Club.
I'm Chip Powell with the Prattville Lions broadcast crew and a longtime customer of Billy Linham's Auto.
If you're close enough, come see us at Los Mayas Restaurant right here in Prattville next to Winn-Dixie, just off of Main Street. If you're anywhere nearby, we'd love to have you come join us. Quite a turnout from the Lion faithful here with us this evening. Now, Coach, we're just coming off the heels of visiting a little bit with one of your assistant coaches, Coach Granger Shook. Tell us a little bit about him and where you're at with your staff, maybe.
Man, you're talking about being just fortunate and lucky just to have a guy on your staff as talented and as good as Granger Shook. You know, one thing, in Granger, everybody knows him as a strength and conditioning coach, and he's one of the best I've ever been around. Granger's just an excellent football coach.
Yes,
man.
sir.
He's a great defensive mind. He coached linebackers last year. He's moving coaching safety. He's doing an outstanding job. Another thing, too, man, Granger is going to be a outstanding head coach, man. He gets it. He sees it. You know, man, as you're doing this, and there's things that I had to learn that, to me, Granger just hard to kind of understand. I mean, he's just a talented guy. I mean, it takes all of us to make this thing work, and he's a key component. And then not even mention, you know, he's also our assistant head coach, because there's things I lean on him because I know he's going to make it happen and get it done.
Right.
He's got the same visions I got, and they ain't nothing – he already had it to go begin with. And me and Granger have known each other for a while. We've been friends. I actually tried to hire Granger when I was at McGill-Toolen, so – this isn't me just knowing him here recently, man. I've known him for a while, and he obviously does a great job in the weight room, man. Everybody knows that, so I don't need to keep bragging on that. But fantastic football coach.
I hear you, and you kind of touched on something there, talking about how important that coaching staff is and how you've been blessed there. I know there's a community, and there's probably people listening that think, hey, I can help. Now, not coaching. You got that covered. But are there some areas? I mean, how would you steer people in the community to say, hey, I want to give to, or I want to give my time to?
Man, and I know we've got Jimbo Thompson here with a quarterback club. Guys, man, they can tell you that it takes a lot to run a 7A football program, or to at least run it well. You got to have, obviously, players, and you got to have quality coaches, but to put on a product and to do the things necessary, which we think to give us a chance to win, and to put on what you're doing on Friday nights is, man, you're putting on an event.
You sure are.
You've got to do parking. You got to do gate. You've got to have all the other stuff, the officials. Man, not that I know the band handles concessions, and they do an outstanding job too. But it just takes a lot to. You got to talk about transporting the team, feeding the team. Then you got it's a big deal, and you have to have so many people. And I've been very proud, man. We've got so many people that have stepped up and want to contribute. But there's always room for more. If anybody wants to come help, be a part of our quarterback club, or hey, say, Coach, I don't know if I want to commit that much, but maybe I want to commit on a Friday night, man. We'll be glad to take help. We want people that are their heart's in the right place. They want to help kids, man. They want to help the program in any way possible, man. We need those people, and I encourage anybody out there that wants to be a part of it to come join.
So the quarterback club would be the outlet to go
that
through
would
on
probably
that.
be outlet to go. It would be because most of the stuff is school related, and like I said, and some of the stuff with the concessions band handles that, and they do an outstanding job, like I said. But there's always ways. If somebody just wants to be involved and they want to find a way to get involved, man, please contact me. We'll find a way to get you involved. There's always work to be done.
I hear you. Coach, we've been together on the radio for a couple of weeks. I mean, the community knows you. You're from Prattville, but still the community's getting to know you. Speak a little bit on maybe your philosophy of coaching. I know we know your background, but tell us a little bit about where your mind is just coaching football.
Well, first of all, it's my passion. I love it.
Sure.
I mean, there's days when sometimes I'm like, man, I'm getting to coach a sport. I'm getting to coach a game. You mean, and that's my job.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm getting paid for this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really outstanding. But, coaching is what I've just always have loved the game. I can even think, I think when I was 5, my dad took me to my first college football game, and I think I was hooked. I always said, man, I loved it all. I loved the sights, the sounds, the smells, all of it. And forever then I knew I was going to be a part of it. I knew I wanted to coach when I was 15 years old. So this has been a journey. It is a journey. It's taken us a lot of places. Been very blessed to have a outstanding wife at home that she makes it happen. And that's something probably don't get said enough. There's so many hours. I mean, being a head football coach, if you want to do it right and be successful, and sometimes people cringe when you tell them this, it is a 80 to 90 to 100 hour a week job.
Oh, sure.
And that's not playing
I
around.
believe it.
That is a serious statement. And so that means if you're going to have a family, you got to have a wife at home that understands that, because there's a lot of times she's there raising the kids when you're not there. And man, what outstanding woman. She has picked up and moved her life 3 or 4 different times to chase me in my career. I mean, that just says enough as it is.
Special.
It is, and I'm very blessed. This don't work without both of us, and
Sure.
that goes for any coach and any coach's wife, man. And that's why I always try to be conscious of when there's opportunities. Hey, guys, like this past weekend, get on out of here. Don't come up here. Go spend time with your family.
Yeah.
And just getting back to what you asked, man, I always want to be. I'm a teacher. I enjoyed teaching when I taught history here at Prattville High. I did. I enjoyed it. So I see myself as a teacher. I see myself as wanting to get the most out of kids. To me, the measure of a coach is really not the wins and losses. It's really, did you get the most out of what's been given? We all been dealt a different hand, man. Are we going to play that hand to the fullest, man? And it's all, are we going to take the hand that God has given us and we're going to make the most out of it? To me, that's how you measure a coach. And there's an intensity, and you got to hold yourself and you got to hold kids accountable. But at the end of the day, man, and like Granger said it best, you got those kids got to know you care. And that's probably one thing that if I struggle anything as a head coach, is so big. There's so many things you've got to be involved in. You don't sometimes have time to go build one-on-one relationships
Sure.
with everybody in the program. You got to think, if you include 9th graders, there's 160, 170 kids, not to mention coaches and parents and community members. There's tons of people pulling at you all the time. So anyway.
Well, fantastic. I appreciate that, Coach. And I think that's where your heart is, too, and you said it, is life change. We want to impact kids and make them the best they possibly can be. I love that. Well, fans, listen, we want to thank you for tuning in this week for the Coach Caleb Ross Show. Coach, good week, or good luck, rather, coming into a week preparing for the next ball game. So I hope the best for you there. Fans, if you've been joining us on Dixie Country 100.1, thanks for being with us. Those of you who joined us on Prattville Live YouTube, we want to thank you, too. You've been listening to the Coach Caleb Ross Show. Up next will be Hey, Coach.
Up next will be Assistant.